Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? A gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Monday morning. It is April 21st, and it is 4:54 in the a.m. I want to share something with you before I forget it. And can you hear the excitement in my voice? I'm gonna tell you why I'm excited. My girl, the very right Reverend Roshan Tucker. She's on my Facebook. She's on my IG. I don't know if she follows me on TikTok. I'm going to tell you about my girl. Now, when you hear me talk about going to seminary, and you hear me talk about my friend that's legally blind, that's the person I'm talking about. Wasn't always blind. Has a chronic illness, sarcoidosis, which is the illness that took her sight. All that being said, my girl has accomplished yet another feat. Now, when I went to seminary, Rashawn was already ordained, but we went to seminary together because she wanted the college credentials. Now, I just did a certificate of ministry program. She did the certificate of ministry program, and she went on to classes there to obtain her divinity degree. Now, both of us are victims of their internal bookkeeping system because they can't find records of our attending, although I still have letters on their letterhead with grades. I still have my student ID card. They can't find my grades. All good. That didn't stop me from being licensed from the church that we attended at the time. Okay, so all that said and done. But after Rashawn lost her sight, she had some hardships and some trials in life. And during all that, there was some faith crisis, and we would talk to one another and we would preach up on one another. We still do today. Ro decided she was going to go back to school and attend another ministerial studies program. But now the difference is she's legally blind. And she would call me frustrated. She would call me crying. She would call me angry. And, I would talk to her and tell her, encourage her to hold the people who made the promises accountable. I already knew, what God has placed in this mighty woman. And before I go on, let me backtrack to who Roshan is. Rashawn grew up in church. Rashawn's mother was a church musician. Her father was a believer. Her brother was a church musician. And Rashawn is a singing woman of God. Now, the sarcoidosis has affected her wind and breathing, but the sister can still sing. And I was blessed when we first met to watch her put together a sermon, because a lot of times she would do the night service, the evening church service. My preaching was relegated to my internship in the outreach mission in the San Francisco Tenderloin area. So that's where I learned to preach. That's where I really got into the word in order to preach. Rashawn taught a ministerial class. So I studied under her for a little bit and took a preaching class under our then pastor, who's now a bishop. So, we've gone through school a lot. Okay, why am I excited? Because I'm still excited, y'all. Out of the students in this new class that Roshan was enrolled in, she was the only one to pass the final. Now, and all the time that I was encouraging her to hold people accountable, hey, this is what you do. You know, they took money for this class, so you hold them to the ADA standards because you are legally blind. Some promises were made to you because you are blind. This is what you got to hold them to. And she did. And again, she was the only person to pass this class. I knew she was going to pass it. So when she called me to tell me her score, I congratulated her. But I also reminded her of who God has called her to be. It's like, sis, you gave more credit to being blind than you did your ability. I want you to keep this humility, but I also want you to know who God has called you to be and what he's called you to do. Amen. 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 Love the sister with all my heart. So, reach out to her by way of message to me, or if you know me on Facebook, KB Min Miles Banks, and Min is Minister, not Mickey, or Karen Min Miles Banks. And you know why I don't choose Karen. Yeah, that part. But yeah, send her a word of encouragement. She's listed under Rose Sing Baby Tucker on Facebook. Tell her I said, hey. But congratulations to my girl.